The Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided that the Nobel Peace Prize for 2009 is to be awarded to President Barack Obama for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples.
The award of the Nobel Peace Prize to President Obama is arguably one of the most absurd awards that the Nobel Committee has ever made. It will be received with incredulity around the world. It will be seen as patronizing, and it will probably cause enormous embarrassment to the President himself. The problem is that there's rarely been an award more obviously partisan and political in its intention. It looks as though this was given to the American president as a way of saying that Europe is happy that George Bush is no longer president. It's also apparently encouragement to America's first black president, and it's a way of saying we hope that there is going to be a new direction in Washington's policy. Well, all of this looks patronizing, it's all unproven, and it undermines the point of a Nobel Peace Prize. He's only been in office since the beginning of the year. His peace aims are noble, his achievements are rather few. He's not done much yet in the Middle East. He's not done much to improve relations with the Russians. To award a prize simply on hope suggests, at a time when the president is, at the moment, managing a war in Afghanistan, it suggests a naivety and a blindness that I think will only damage the value of the prize and diminish its value to all its previous winners.
Hello, Barack. This is President Jimmy Carter, and I just want to call and give you my, well, I can't give you congratulations because I spent 20 years trying to suck up to every dictator across the world. What have you ever done to get this Nobel Peace Prize?
Hello, Barack. Pretty nice to have you in the club with me and Jimmy now. You know, I was so proud when I got my prize, and now I'm not so sure.
This is W, and I just want to reach out and, hey, man, I'm real proud of you for what you did to get the Nobel Peace Prize. That thing, you know, when you, hold on a second. Laura, what did he do? You don't know? I have to ask Dad what you did and get back with you.
Folks, the Nobel Peace Prize, we owe them. Our president has become a laughingstock. They are telling jokes about Barack Obama even in state-controlled media. ABC is assembling what they think are the funniest jokes that they're finding anywhere, from blogs to state-controlled media sources and so forth. And it's hilarious. Everybody in the world is laughing, except the Norwegians. Everybody's laughing at our president. You know, I'm a former nominee for the Nobel Peace Prize. I was nominated last year, the year that Gore got the Peace Prize, official nominee. I'm especially qualified to comment on this. I mean, I'm much closer to having won a Nobel Peace Prize than any of you people are, because I've actually been nominated. So I think this is, and by the way, when I was nominated, there wasn't any laughter. No, there was no laughter. There was anger and rage from certain sectors of this country, but there was no laughter. Our president has won the Peace Prize, and he is a standing joke. Meanwhile, his ego's so big, his ears are starting to fit the head now. You got to think, this guy, he's in the White House, he's in his cocoon, he's surrounded by Rahm Emanuel, the ballerina, he's surrounded by that drip, Gates, the Gibbs, the press secretary. And I'm sure they're telling themselves, oh, way to go, baby, we are bigger than ever. God, who would have ever believed it? Meanwhile, outside the Oval Office, everybody's laughing at this guy while he thinks he is the biggest human being to ever walk the planet. In 9 months, he is a post-accomplishment, post-racial, post-partisan, now post-accomplishment. You don't even have to accomplish anything to get the Nobel Peace Prize. All you have to do is have good intentions. And you know, the libs are always rewarded on their good intentions, aren't they? That's how they want to be judged. Never on the results of those intentions, which are always disastrous. But I just We couldn't have done this ourselves. We could not have made the world laugh at our president. But the Nobel Peace Prize Committee and their award have pulled it off. We owe them a debt of gratitude. This guy is going to be joked about all over the media for this weekend. They've set up the Sunday shows for this. And he goes out there and admits he's not qualified.
To be honest, I do not feel that I deserve to be in the company of so many of the transformative figures who've been honored by this prize.
Oh, but you do, Mr. President. You are totally at home with the likes of Jimmy Carter and Al Gore and anybody else who's been running around. I mean, he's in a club. People who have received peace prizes, people like Yasser Arafat. Ha! What a club. Wouldn't you want to be a member of that club? To the phones. Suzanne in Los Angeles. Great to have you on the EIB Network. Open Line Friday. You're up first. Hello.
Good morning, Rush. If the president actually opened his fat mouth and said he does not deserve to be in the company of these figures, why is he accepting it, and why doesn't he donate the money to charity?
Well,
because he's a jackass, that's why.
He
doesn't deserve. He hasn't done anything.
He has. This is what you don't understand.
Okay, explain it to me.
The guy who has said this best today is John Podhoretz at a blog. I think he put it in commentary, maybe Contentions. I'm not sure what they have two. But here, I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
It's Contentions. I can't agree with my colleagues here on Contentions that A, Obama should reject the Peace Prize, or B, be embarrassed by it. The Nobel Committee chose him wisely because he does, in fact, represent the organization's highest ideals. He is an American president queasy about the projection of American power. He is an American president who rejects the notion of American exceptionalism. He is an American president eagerly in pursuit of legitimacy to be granted him not by those who voted for him, but by those who do not cast a vote and who chafe at American leadership. It is his devout wish that America become one of many nations, influencing the world indirectly or not influencing it at all, rather than the indispensable nation, as Madeleine Albright characterized it. He is the encapsulation, the representative, the wish fulfillment, the very embodiment of the multilateralist impulse. He is, almost literally, a dream come true for the sorts of people who treasure and value the Nobel Peace Prize. It's the most obvious choice, once you think about it, since Michael Moore won an Oscar for Bowling for Columbine.
You know, you made me queasy just hearing you read all of that. Garbage. It's not, I'd rather see them give this prize to Michael Jackson for his work with children. The president doesn't deserve this. He actually doesn't deserve to be president. But I get tired of him apologizing, and the goals he set for the United States is exactly what? Driving us to poverty, selling us off $1 at a time to China.
That's precisely why he's qualified for the prize. This is what the Nobel people want. This is what European leftist elites want. This is what our enemies want. This is what the United Nations want.
Is he going to give this money to Reverend Wright to start a new church?
Well, no. Here's the thing about the money. We looked it up. What is it? 10 million Swedish kroners that
Which
you
is
get.
About $1.50.
Well, you're on a roll here today. I
get my inspiration from you.
We looked it up. 10 million Swedish kroners, depending on, in December when he gets the money, depending on how badly he continues to trash his own currency, the dollar, could be worth anywhere between $1.2 and $1.5 million. That will not even cover one of the 747s that will take him and his fleet of fellow egoists over there to accept the award.
I thought it might have covered the money he wasted going to Copenhagen.
No.
Maybe he should give that to Daley in Chicago as an I'm sorry you didn't get the Olympics.
Now Daley's sitting there in Chicago saying, what the hell happened to me? I go over there to Copenhagen. I bring Barack along. He's my ace in the hole. We're going to get the Olympics. I'm going to be able to have some of my buds get rid of their slums, like Valerie Jarrett. I'm going to have all kinds of people getting rich because of me. I'm going to be in power forever here. And they get shut out with 18 votes in the first round, totally embarrassed. Obama was a hindrance. And then the very next week, In fact, exactly 1 week. Do you realize it was just last Friday that debacle in Copenhagen happened? Today, Obama gets the Peace Prize. He gets the money. He gets the accolades. And Daley's sitting there in Chicago saying, what the hell?